Did you give the feedback to yourself?
Other people actually. Oh, this is bad.
Yeah, also it's very important to receive feedbacks.
Oh, there goes the camera. That was exciting for everyone at home. Switch to different one. Yeah, we're over there on the side now. That's all right. Everyone actually liked it because it fell over. It was very dramatic.
It was, yeah.
Oh, it happened again, but that one wasn't on.
This is like
that mask is going to be rough to walk around in. Someone walk him in carefully, and then somebody else put the camera back up. But it's okay. That's why we switched to the other camera. So
here we go.
Right, so I think this microphone's working. What about people at home? How about now? Nonsense. I think it's working. Yeah, we're live.
Okay, Tom, let's start.
Is this working?
Whatever. They don't know.
Speak really loud.
I bumped the mics a couple of times. It's better now. Here we go. We've got a Bitcoin standard for being a Bitcoin standard bearer right here.
Wow.
And this is a Tyler Jenks 2019.
Exactly. Wow. Love this.
So yeah, they break down, and this one is unique because it has his name on it. And
that's great. He really deserved this.
Have yellow light, but still a winner this year, so he gets the white light.
Okay.
And this is an annual award. We're doing. So I'm not going to wear this mask. You can see who I really am, but I had to come on with the mask.
Here we go, the unmasking.
Oh,
I am your father.
Now, you know what? Mad Bitcoin won't do that. I don't know this Mad Bitcoin guy.
It's a mystery. Well, it's like Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility.
It's like Clark Kent and Superman, you know.
Yeah, I know. Never in the same place.
Yeah.
Very strange.
I blew it. I didn't get another.
You're exposed.
Yeah, I'm just another super guy.
They're all going to know. So, Ugly, we haven't seen you since the Working Man's Bitcoin Cruise. We went down to Mexico, had some great times. What have you been up to?
Well, I went to Bali. That was the financial summit.
Nice.
And I plan on going to the next one that's in the Dominican Republic.
Oh.
Actually, I had some minor health issues. So Tone invited me to Bali, and I just kind of used that to rest and recuperate. It was a very nice vacation that Tone provided for my wife and I. So for some reason, they want me back. I don't know why, but I'm be going to the Dominican Republic, and we'll go to Bali again. I plan on going as a paid attendee to Understanding Bitcoin.
Oh,
Malta.
Yes.
And we're designing a shield for to award the developers. So it'll be like the Bitcoin standard shield for and we really want to award it to like a Bitcoin developer that's come in late that may not have some that they've only been in since $10,000 Bitcoin because they work their butts off and they're really keeping the system secure. And so we want that to be another tradition. We want these awards to be something that people really want. So what we're doing is we're selling a similar a staff. You can become a Bitcoin standard staff. It's 0.15 Bitcoin. We got about 10 or 12 of them here at the conference. So if you want to get one at the conference, you can take it home. If you want to order one, hopefully we'll sell out here. If we don't, it takes about 4 to 6 weeks to deliver them. 0.1 will go to the recipient, which is this year Tyler Jenks.
And what's the website? So where can they find that?
Uglyoldgoat.com. So yeah, it's uglyoldgoat.com. And I trying to pass this on because I just initiated it, but I really don't want to even control it or own it. And so, if you buy a staff, then next year you can be part of the nominating process because Tyler Jenks it was Safety Amos who was last year's winner. This year's Tyler Jenks. Those two are kind of hands down. We knew that's who was going to get it. We don't know who's going to get it in 2020. It might be Mad Bitcoins. You just never know.
It could be.
I would certainly nominate him.
So any contenders?
I wouldn't nominate Thomas Hunt, but Mad Bitcoins I would nominate.
And Mad Bitcoins is much better than Thomas Hunt.
I agree with you completely. Mad Bitcoin's always exciting. You know, I get along with Mad Bitcoin. Thomas Hunt, I don't know. He's a little flaky sometimes.
It's boring. He sets up all the gear. No fun at all.
Yeah, so any contenders then? So any award or nominations that you think might go through?
That's up to you guys. This is I made the sole decision last year that was safety and Amos, but I thought it was pretty well hands down because he built the foundation, the intellectual foundation for all of us. This year was kind of hands down because, Tyler was so excited about this thing. Last year, you see his picture. He's coming out with a book, and he was so excited about this. He held, he said, "Oh, ugly, this is so great because we need to start building Bitcoin traditions." Guys, this is going to be the Bitcoin tradition. Okay. We want this to be a very highly sought after award. And the Bitcoin Standard Bearer, we want the Bitcoin Shield for the developers. And then they want to expand it. Hey, I got to make these work first. They want me to do now a Bitcoin sword. Can you imagine that?
Sword sounds great.
Yeah. Sword, shield, staff.
Yeah,
that would be great.
Excalibur, where you can only get the sword out if you get the private key right or something.
Yeah, but somebody's got to. All these smart Bitcoin developers, they ought to be able to figure out how to do a real laser light. I mean, really, come on, guys. You grew up with it. Now, how do we make that laser sword real?
Oh, the lightsaber.
Yeah,
they're definitely working on that.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous, so very easy to cut your hands off. Especially the ones without a hilt.
You can have the Darth Maul sword, where
off.
you hold it like this.
Twice. That's the one that cuts your legs off.
Right.
Yeah, that's a winner.
So
they said Vitalik should hold the staff. Maybe if it cuts his legs off.
So anyway, that's what's coming, guys. I hope. Really glad you're doing this, Thomas. Covering everything live. How's your viewership? Is it just? Oh, you're live now, right?
No, we're live. It's tough to say. We can't really see. There's a couple people in the chat. Say hello, chat. And people are giving us thumbs up. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube now.
Wow.
We're on 3 platforms at the same time. So there's maybe even other chats going on that we can't see. But yeah, it's been pretty fun. We've been live about 2 hours now. So we're just keeping it going.
No problem. Well, we're taking a lunch break right now, so you'll probably pick up on a lot of different speakers. And
they have to bring us someone back if you leave. That's the rule. You can't really leave. So pick out someone that that's going to say yes for sure, and then ask them in a way where they'll say yes, and then send them back. Otherwise, you're stuck here forever.
And I have manners because before I got here, I deliberately, I know I look like an old goat and I act like an old goat. So I didn't take a shower for 10 days before I got here. So I smell like an old goat. But my wife said, no, the goat lady said, you got to take a shower this morning. So last night I smelled like an old goat, but I don't this morning.
That's the best way to make friends too, is to smell like an old goat.
Agreed.
Yeah, absolutely. Recommend it.
Certain smells you don't forget.
The musk of goat.
Sticks in your mouth.
So when's the awards then? When's the ceremony for the?
I don't know when this is going to happen this time. Last year it was kind of I don't know.
Okay.
But we'll have some.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. This is a Bitcoin. This is all kind of an informal thing. You get to meet everybody that's speaking. It's not so much speakers. We just have speakers and a lot of panels.
I'm starting to smell something.
So they have so many people here. Next year, I guess it's going to be a 2-day event because they really need 2 days with this many good
Can I try this one for 1 second?
Get used to the weight. It's like heavy to have a staff in your hand.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. It's beautiful, but the sensation is even better now. I feel like.
Right. Well, that's the whole idea. And
also, I like the fact.
I'm not part. That's why, you need to change your name. I've said that before. I'm not a part. I'm not part of the crypto world. I'm a Bitcoin standard bearer. Don't put me, Thomas, we need to be the world Bitcoin standard network or something like that. Because
when we started, there was a world Bitcoin network. And this guy was making it. It was James D'Angelo. He did these great videos, the Bitcoin Blackboard videos, where he'll say, look at things that are viral, like rats and Facebook and Bitcoin. And he'll show you how it goes like this, and then it goes straight up, and then it kind of flattens out. And he's like, viruses, rats, Bitcoin. And he explained it, and it was back when Bitcoin was at 300. And he was like, about 10,000 here, million here, and he had it all figured out. And obviously we couldn't take his thing. And crypto was more generic at the time, and it wasn't even really popular.
No,
Only
I know.
recently.
I
it's
got, hey,
become
we were all.
popular.
I was into the crypto. I was part of the crypto world then. It took me years to learn. I'm not part of the crypto world anymore. I don't
I'm
want
part of the
anything to do with
Bitcoin
it.
world now.
But
Yeah.
probably like I would check it. You need to try World Bitcoin Standard Network. That's probably nobody's got that one. Just add the word standard to it.
The WBSN. It's pretty rough.
Yeah,
that's a rough. You should name your business BS. BS. Your network's full of a lot of BS. Yeah.
You know what?
Smell it.
Your subscriptions will go way up. If
SBs.
Ugly old goat gets subscriptions, this place doesn't get any.
It's because of the goat. It drives the traffic.
There you go. So, hey, I didn't even think of that part. That even makes it a better name. It really.
It'll look great on a hat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think even just
and you
BS.
emphasize the BS and put the little W and a little N, great big BS up front.
Yeah, big BS. We have a lot of that here.
That's what you do. Okay. Well, anyway, Thomas, so glad you're doing this. You're the man. You should be the MC on every Bitcoin conference because that's.
Agree. I can confirm.
You're one of the very first people that I saw on Bitcoin. And you know what? Your show is always high quality. So it's always got people that know what they're talking about. And I never got any, I won't say never, but 85% of your content is right on. It's hard to get any better than that. That's a, I'd say probably 90%. You're at least an A or an A minus. I'm not going to put you in the
Oh, thanks so much. Man. I really appreciate it.
So, anyway.
So I think you're going to go get some lunch?
Yes. I can go.
Mary, you're going to send us someone back? You ready? Maybe Peter Todd right there? All right. Thanks so much, Mary.
Beautiful, but it's not mine. Thank you very much.
All right.
Ciao, ciao.
Oh, careful. Got everything everywhere.
Well, you can't have.
This is amazing. Yeah, that's absolutely love it.
Got to keep going.
There we go.
Got to keep going. Dan, what do you think about the Bitcoin Standard Bearer staff?
I'm loving it. Yeah, I'm just checking it out now. I love the little LEDs as well.
There's no time but the present. That's what they say.
Make a different distinction between. I'll talk about the Bitcoin Standard, guys, because I do make a distinction between Bitcoin and the Bitcoin Standard.
All right, okay? What's that?
And I actually wrote one. I went a deep dive into the gold standard. In fact, I think I said the gold standard versus gold cash, and it was to show that Bcash wouldn't work. But if you become the standard, okay, then you will never be used as cash. If you go look at the gold standard, once gold was adopted as a standard, its use as cash completely dried up.
Gold was the reserve currency, right? Yeah. The thing you would hold on reserve because you're probably spending other lighter things.
The only ones that owned the gold were mainly the banks, the wealthy, and the governments. Now, you could own gold, but
for a limited time, depending on the decade.
Yeah, well, it was a $20 gold piece was about what, 16, same as an ounce of gold about.
Yeah.
So what is gold now? 1,800, 1,700? I'm not
sure. A lot more than $20.
A lot more than $20. So, if you can afford to just hold those in your pocket, but most of us can't. So, and the only time that gold really circulated as money was during the California gold rush. And that was because gold was plentiful and everything else was scarce.
Yeah.
And gold never circulated in New York. Okay. The trick was how did you get your gold in California back to New York? Well, you couldn't do it. There was no ships going the other way. And so that's the difference between Bitcoin and the Bitcoin Standard.